It is not selfish of me to want to keep what I earn. It is selfish of able bodied people to demand that I pay for their groceries forever and ever. There is a massive amount of people on food stamps who have no business being on food stamps, and they should have been cut off a long time ago. We shouldn't need a government shutdown to cut those people off. If you are so angelic and generous that you just think that everybody should have free everything forever, then you can pay for that.
I picked this clip because I felt it was very emblematic of what we hear from right wing creators on social media, and so I thought I'd unpack this argument on several different levels. But first, we'll start with who exactly is on food stamps and for how long. So, the median time on food stamps is actually 8 months. Those people that are on food stamps long term, the 20+%, are typically either elderly individuals, disabled individuals, or single parents. And do most SNAP beneficiaries work? Yes, 80% of SNAP beneficiaries have at least one worker in their household, if not more. And again, most beneficiaries are either households with children or senior citizens. So now let's focus on what we actually are spending our tax dollars on, because this creator is so upset about a very small number of people perhaps getting SNAP benefits inappropriately. We are spending money on Social Security, Medicare, the Defense Department, Medicaid and children's health insurance, and then interest on the debt, and then things like transportation in the light blue one, and then finally the little part of this little purple box is nutrition, and that is the $135 billion for SNAP, which again is mostly going to people on a temporary basis and to those that are long term disabled or very low income seniors. I would ask this creator to maybe look elsewhere at where the government is wasting significant amounts of money. One big example is in Medicare Advantage. Thanks to the Wall Street Journal, we now know that allegedly United Healthcare was ripping off Medicare Advantage to the tune of $50+ billion in overpayments because they were systematically having doctors mark patients as sicker than they were so they would get higher reimbursements. When you become obsessed with the right wing propaganda on what we allegedly are wasting money on, you get things like Doge, which has been a total and complete failure. So you can see here we are on track to spend about 6% more in federal government spending than last year, even with all the supposed Doge cuts, because they didn't look where the actual money was being spent. Instead, they fired the types of people that were looking into things like the Medicare Advantage fraud that United Healthcare was allegedly doing. I'm so sad that this person thinks that they're wasting their tax dollars on SNAP when they're probably paying $2,000 more a year in tariffs if they have a decent paying job. So, who's really taxing you and what is it going for? Ask yourself.